Hey, on this episode, we talk all about refrigerant.
You ask your comfort and energy questions, and they get answered. This is the Ask Derek Cole Show.
Hey, this is Derek Cole. Welcome to episode 77 of the Ask Derek Cole Show, answering your home and energy questions. And today, it looks like we're continuing on with refrigerant, which we kind of addressed last show. So let's get into it.
Why is R-22 getting so expensive?
R-22 is being basically wiped off the planet. In 2020, which is only 4 years away, producers cannot make any what they call virgin R-22 anymore. So the only R-22 available would be recycled or reclaimed R-22. So therefore the price is also going up since it's coming off of the earth. A lot of the systems, older systems, are made of R-22. So in 2010, the EPA came out saying, okay, HVAC manufacturers, you cannot produce any more new equipment with R-22. So our plan is in 2020 to actually stop producing new R-22. So we want you to be ready for that. It's harmful for the planet and we want to get rid of it. So that's where that is. But R-22 is getting expensive because there's no production. There's a lack of production. So in 4 years, they will stop producing any new R-22. So the only thing you get your hands on are when we take R-22 out of a system, we actually reclaim it, and then we get it to a company that recycles it. So depending on how clean or how dirty it is, depends on how much we pay to that company for taking that R-22 and disposing of it or recycling it and making that available as well. So the reason R-22 is getting expensive is because they're getting rid of it. There are a lot of rules around it because R-22 is a HFC, I think I said that right. So it's damaging to the environment, damaging for the earth. So they came up with R-410A. I think Kerry was the first one to do it back in 96. My dates might be a little wrong there. It's like 96 to 98 when they came up with R-410A. They called it Puron. That is the refrigerant now, currently, since 2010, that is in the systems. We have been doing it here for, since 98, since it first came out, because we knew this was happening and we wanted to be on the right side versus waiting to the very end. So there you go. R-22 is expensive.
Is this why you only install R-410A systems?
That's exactly why we install. I can't answer that, but yes, that is why we install R-410A systems. Again, Carrier was the first major manufacturer to use it. They labeled it Puron. All the manufacturers use it now. Now, will R-410A continue on for the next 10, 15, 20 years? I'm not sure. They're working on, Daikin is working on a new refrigerant that's even better than R-410A. So that could come along in 3 to 5 years and we could be changing up again. But R-410A is environmentally friendly, and this new refrigerant that Daikin is working on or using now overseas is even more friendly to the environment. So that's where we're headed. That's where it's going. And it's all about the environment. When you take R-22, which is what we just talked about, when you take it out of a system, you're supposed to reclaim it. You're supposed to put it in a jug, and then you're supposed to handle it by giving it or paying another company to come get it and dispose of it properly. A lot of companies, and I've seen it a lot, they'll cut that line and you'll see it spraying the atmosphere, and that's not good either, because again, it's damaging to the ozone layer, to the environment. So to handle R-22 needs to be done correctly, and you need to have the training to do that. And you're also supposed to have EPA certification to mess with R-22. R-410A, all of these other refrigerants, that's when we coming down the line. That's going to be handled a little differently, but the reason we install R-410A equipment is because you can't, manufacturers, what is this, 2016? So 6 years ago, had to stop making new units with R-22 refrigerant in them. Now, what they have been doing to get around this is making what they call dry charged units, and then you, the contractor, can put R-22 in that unit. We haven't done that. Again, that's going to be a loser for the consumer down the road because it's going to be so expensive to repair that because you have to get a hold of R-22. So again, that's pretty much why we install R-410A. It's the right thing to do, and it's what the EPA is requiring you to do with the new units. That make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so I answered both questions, right?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Awesome. Refrigerant is going to be a big thing coming up here when it gets really hot outside. So people are going to want to fill up. It's time for me to fill up my unit. It's time for me to put the refrigerant in my system. And like I said on the last show, that's not supposed to be the case. If you're leaking refrigerant and you need refrigerant in your system, it's because you're having a leak and you need to fix a leak, so you stop spending the money every single year on 1 or 2 pounds of R-22 or R-410A, whatever the refrigerant is. That way you have a sealed system. It should not be leaking out. Again, you don't need to recharge that unit every single year. It uses refrigerant, but it doesn't use up the refrigerant and need more. So it's a closed system, again, just like your body, so you shouldn't be using it up. All right, so that's episode 77 of the Ask Derek Cole Show. Be sure to hashtag your questions, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll get them on the show.